Spooky season is finally here. You know what that means. The absolute obsession with anything and everything related to the paranormal. I've been obsessed with this sort of stuff since I was a kid. I would literally go to my library where the local paranormal investigators would be giving talks to present their evidence to convince my 8-year-old self that ghosts were real. I guess that's a profession that people have. I'm not sure, but it happened. And don't even get me started on shows like Ghost Adventures. That is literally like crack. It is my favorite television series at the moment, and I just cannot get enough of Zach Bagans.
You are like the sunshine of my eyes, because when I look at you, I'm surprised. It's like a butterfly, and when we... What are you...
Oh, you okay, man?
Ouch, 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 ouch. You all right? Ouch.
Butterfly.
Dude, you all right? Oh, poetry.
If that dude was trying to tell me that a ghost was pissing in his pants, I would have no choice but to believe him. Have you seen the way that this man looks? Now, with all that being said, I just wish that there was an immersive experience in which I could get together with my friends and put myself in the shoes / giant combat boots of a paranormal investigator as cool as Zach Bagans and the guys on Ghost Adventures. But luckily there is, and I'm here to tell you all about it today. So ladies and gentlemen, ghosts, ghouls, and goblins, strap in and put on your favorite emo band outfit because I'm here to introduce to you one of my favorite games of all time, Phasmophobia.
Bro, I swear to
Oh my God, you're right
Now, on Steam's store page, it has it listed as an action, indie, and early access game, which, yes, it does happen to be all three of those things, some more than others.
I'm one with the fan.
It is also missing a few of the key genres that I really think are what makes Phasmophobia such an amazing title. First and foremost, I think it's missing one of the most important aspects of Phasmophobia, and that is puzzle. Now, the main goal of Phasmophobia is to try and figure out which kind of ghost is haunting the spooky house that you are investigating, which is funny because of how absolutely useless that would be in a real-world situation to a person who called paranormal investigators out to their house. Yeah, it definitely seems like you're dealing with some sort of demon, so your whole family might die within the next 3 days. What? How do we get rid of it? And all that salt on the floor, don't worry about that, and definitely don't open the locker downstairs. There's not a dead body in there. I wouldn't worry about it, and just maybe try to avoid the basement.
How do I get rid of the
demon?
Okay, fine. How is that helpful?
But before you can figure out which kind of ghost is haunting these poor people, you and your team have to work together and use your super cool paranormal investigation tools and skills to detect 7 different types of ghost evidence that each one of these ghosts can leave behind. And the best part is, each ghost can only leave 3 types of evidence. Except for one special case. You know who you are. But once you've found those 3 pieces of evidence, you can correctly guess the type of ghost that is haunting the house that you're in. And that, my friends, is exactly where the fun begins. Because you see, while you're trying to collect all these 3 types of evidence, the ghost is trying to kill you. And it does that by bringing you into, like, its goon chamber or something. I'm not too sure, but it brings you into this weird-looking room.
Oh shit, man.
It's got both of us at the same time.
And that's how you die. Now, if that already sounded too complex for your small little gamer pea-brain, you just wait, because it goes actually way deeper than even those 7 pieces of evidence. Because each ghost actually has different hidden characteristics about it that it uses to interact with the player and the world around you. And these unique characteristics can be something as simple as how fast the ghost runs when it's coming to kill you, or as vague as how quick is it blinking and flashing as it's running at you. Yeah, when I said it gets deeper, I meant it. And all of this leads to essentially being an entirely different game inside of Phasmophobia, where instead of trying to find ghost evidence and trying not to get scared in the process, it's more like that game of Guess Who, or even like I Spy, that just happens to be set in a spooky house that's trying to kill you. But most hardened players of this game actually prefer this method of gameplay. And so it's up to them to guess purely based off of those hidden characteristics that the ghost shows. And that absolute insane level of puzzle gameplay is, again, exactly another reason that I wanted to make a video talking about how freaking cool this game is. Its endless layers of complexity lead to just limitless replayability. And it's like some of the only games I can think of that give you that same rush of figuring something out are like Portal and Zelda, which is nothing like Phasmophobia. I'm not sure if you knew that. And even better, what Phasmophobia has over top of those games as well is that it's multiplayer.
Please! Help me! Get me out of here! Please!
Friends make everything better, especially when there's proximity chat. Tell me a single game in which proximity chat doesn't make the experience 1,000 times better. And the best part about Phasmophobia's proximity chat is that not only is it used to communicate between you and your friends, it's also used to communicate to the ghosts in the game. And to me, that was just the most cool, mind-blowing thing about it when I first started playing. I mean, literally, what other game has the AI respond to you intelligently from what you are saying over chat? I mean, that just absolutely blew my mind. It will respond to the questions that you're asking, which is one of the coolest parts about ghost hunting. And even better, when the ghost comes hunting and trying to kill you, all your friends who are screaming in fear, the ghost is gonna go specifically for them. Unless you're a super Chad like me, when that thing starts hunting, I don't make a peep. Just built different. I don't know. And again, that is just something that has never been executed in any game, at least that I've played. And if it isn't any other game, I'm sure it's not executed as well as it is in Phasmophobia. And I can almost guarantee that Phasmophobia wouldn't even be as popular as it was today, hot take, if it wasn't for its amazing multiplayer functionality. Especially because the game came out during the meteoric rise of COVID. It gave everyone the chance to become ghost hunters from the comfort of their own house, which unexpectedly was something that a lot of people wanted to do. And that ultimately brings me to the final aspect of the game, and quite frankly, the most obvious one, it being a game about the paranormal, is horror. Now, the horror of Phasmophobia doesn't just come from like cheap jump scares like a lot of other lesser scary games and content. And I'm not saying it doesn't have jump scares.
Are you here? Oh my god, you're right there!
The difference is that in Phasmophobia, those jump scares and other scary events are embedded in the actual mechanics of the game. There is a purpose behind every single one of those scary events. There's literally a name for them in the game. They're called ghost events. And certain ghosts will either do some ghost events more, or some won't do them at all. For example, if you're in the middle of your investigation and you hear this god-awful noise and it blows your socks off, you can cross out the Oni ghost, because for whatever reason, they don't do that ghost event. I don't know, I don't make the rules, but that is just one of the aspects of the game that is just so cool to me, because it's a part of the horror aspect of it, but it's also a piece of the puzzle. So while you're beefing your briefs over these crazy things happening, you're also getting one step closer to solving the puzzle of the game. And so the tough part of getting scared is is helpful. You're desiring to be scared because you know it's going to help you reach the objective of discovering which ghost it is. And it's not even mentioning like the creepy ambience and like deafening silence that this game has. If you've played it, you know exactly what I mean, but it just encapsulates like being inside of a creepy house. I don't know, it's not something I really wrote much about in my script because it's really hard to write about, but if you've played the game, you know what I mean. It's just like a suspenseful, like, ugh. Now, with all that in mind, I'd once again like to challenge you, to challenge me into trying to think of a game that accomplishes all of these things so successfully while being an entirely unique and awesome game. And not to sound pretentious, but I really think Kinetic Games, the devs behind Phasmophobia, have managed to create one of the most original and refreshing games to come out in the past like 5 years, at the very least in the horror genre. And that's while still only being like 1/3 a horror game and the other 2/3 a multiplayer puzzle game, which I don't think is anything that anybody else has done. It's a weird horror puzzle multiplayer experience that just works so well together. And I don't think that I'm the only one who feels that way, which in my own gamer monkey brain can only mean one thing, and that's that Phasmophobia has literally defined an entire genre, and it needs to be looked at and appreciated. Hey friends, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it and stuck around. This is one of the more in-depth like game video essay things I've ever done. And it's because at the beginning of the video I was being serious. I am super into this spooky ghost hunting stuff, and now that it is like Halloween season, I just felt more inspired than ever to talk about this sort of thing. And I want to let you know that I absolutely have some amazing special stuff coming up in that realm that I cannot wait to show all of you. So if that sounds cool, I guess you just need to subscribe to see what that is. So you catch it. So yeah, catch you next time. Goodbye. Love you.